All right, so I got a tweet here, and it was one of the questions I wanted to ask you here tonight. This is from Sean Kramer. Time for Canada to open up the offensive playbook, right? I mean, you gotta spread the ball around a little bit here, especially because your defense is missing its most disruptive player, T.J. Watt. You got to score points. You have to figure out something. Mike Tomlin always says, "Don't live in your fears," right? So let's open up. Let's see what this offense can do.
I think he lived in his fears most of that game, Tomlin did with Trubisky, putting the handcuffs on him, except inexplicably when they should have been running the ball and running clock and forcing Cincy to burn timeouts, he throws a pass on second down that gets batted down. So I thought that was curious. You know, when you're in science class, now granted, I'm in sports talk radio because I can't do science, can't do math, but I know you're supposed to try to identify how if you have a hypothesis, Richie, bear with me here. You isolate things and create control groups, right, to find out whether your hypothesis is right or not.
Yeah.
Is Matt Canada's offense bad or not? Does he not want to use the middle of the field by design in his offense? Or is Mike Tomlin saying, hey, I'm putting the cuffs on you. You got to work short. You got to work outside the numbers. I need to find out if it's Mike Tomlin's conservatism, wanting to win with defense, that causes their offense to look like this, or if it's that Matt Canada really doesn't design plays that go in between the numbers and in between the hash marks.
Or, other teams have figured out what Matt Canada does. I mean, he spent 1 year at Pitt. He goes from school to school to school for a reason.
Well, the problem with it is, Richie, I'll say this much about Canada's offense. One of the definitive problems is at Pitt, you know this, you watched that team that year. They were a power running outfit because they had the horses. They would do all the pre-snap motion and they would hit some big plays. But you know what they really did? Ran James Conner right at people behind some really good NFL offensive linemen, and not many could stop it.
And Quadri Henderson is a lot faster than maybe some kids in college to get to the edge. That doesn't happen in the NFL in those jet sweeps. Let's go out to Don in Pittsburgh. How you doing, Don?
Rich, I just want to say, hey, snow caps are the best. Mellow cups are pretty damn good. Try caramel creams and hot balls every now and then. We'll see you. Bye.
Okay. All right, he likes snow caps. There's another guy that Pony was dissing on me because I like snow caps yesterday.
Yeah, Pony should have been dissing on you. Snow caps, Richie?
Yeah,
come on.
I have them up in the office, Chris. When we're done with the show, I'll share some of them with you.
I thought Don was going to bust out Werther's Originals there at the end.
Or Carmelo's, or maybe Mellow Cup. I always mention that, too. Let's go out to Bert and Ross Traver. How you doing, Bert?
Hi, guys. Thanks. Yeah, Chris, I think you're right on the money about Najee. I think what they need to do is get out of that one-back set. I think they need to run some off-tackle stuff with an H-back or a slot back. I like number 30 at slot back. He was laying down some good blocks. And they can even use that to thump off the passes if they're sending him out there with no blocking. He needs some blocking in front of him. I keep saying that, and that's all I can see.
Hey, Chris, how about number 44 back there? What do you think of that?
I mean, Derek Watt, if he got paid by the play, he'd be what? I mean, he'd be making like $1 million a snap on offense if that's how he was getting paid. I'd like to see Connor Hayward out there if you want to put players on the field who actually make the defense think, what's this guy going to do? Derek Watt is a glorified decoy. I hated that signing when it happened. I've hated it since they've kept him on the team. I still hate it. He does nothing. I know they think special teams is very valuable. It is. He does absolutely nothing on offense for the money that they're paying him.
How many special teams guys do they have, though? Think about that. I mean, Benny Snell, there's a few of them. You can't just keep that many special teams guys. Let's go out to Tyler in Ohio. How you doing, Tyler?
Hey, good, guys. How are you?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think the timeline is if you see Trubisky get benched and bring in Kenny Pickett?
You know what? That's a great question, and I've been thinking about that too. If this offense continues this way, Chris, is there a time frame, do you think?
Do they keep winning? I mean, if they keep winning and the offense continues.
But look, that offense only managed 16 points, right?
You know what Mike Tomlin saw? He saw this. He saw a W.
Okay.
He saw a little W right there. I know that's very bad. I probably should be able to make a better W with my hands there.
But this defense went from great to good to average. Some might say ordinary. But, I mean, without T.J. Watt, they're not that great defense, I don't think.
I think they need to open it up. But you know what? I had an epiphany today on the radio. If they're going to continue to put the cuffs on Mitch Trubisky like this, a guy who's a good athlete, who, by the way, Canada and Tomlin need to at least get him on the move and out of the pocket, I don't want to see them do it to Kenny Pickett. I don't want to see him be put in those same constraints. So, you know what? If they're going to keep winning games with this, don't let it be Pickett. Let it be Trubisky having to be neutered like this.
Yeah, but if they're only scoring single digits, 16 points a game, that's not going to win many games. I remember the Steelers' great defense back in like 08, 09, or even when they were good in 10. Their goal is to hold teams to 17 points. Obviously, they want to hold them to less. But if you hold teams to 17 points and you don't have an offense that can score 17 points, you're not going to win too many games.
Richie, they're not going to win too many, but you know what? Mike Tomlin would respond to you and say, that's why we play them, and if we keep winning them, I'll be getting the last laugh. That's all he cares about.
All right. I know we made predictions. I want to know after the break if you're going to change your prediction of the season prediction of the Steelers win record. And also, we're going to take Ed from Monroeville. So stay right there. Back in a couple minutes.